Get ready to rumble, young blood.
Feeling you, MP.
These are the games you have to win to be taken serious.
Coming right up, the Bucks taking on the Lakers. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they've won just 4 games out of their last 10, and they know they can do better. This team has talent, and they'll try to bring it together and get things back on track with a win. Lakers, Bucks, up next, right after this. Welcome, everyone, to Noche Enabia. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at New York, they're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And when you look at the Lakers, they've just crushed expectations all season long. Only a few people thought they could sustain this level of excellence, but here they are.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent, and it's Prince in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with James. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Jackson Hayes. And it's Boone in at the shooting guard position. The playoff picture coming into focus now, Greg, with a good portion of this regular season behind us.
And for the teams that are definitely in, they're trying to maintain momentum and health, right? But for the teams still clawing and fighting their way in, that's where it gets exciting.
Here is Mr. Incredible. Now Doncic. And the shot goes in.
Luka is a massive guard. He can do damage inside just as easily as outside.
Giannis kicks to Prince. Pass to Lillard. This one for three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Just a tremendous run right now for them. 12 straight wins.
Just a fun team to watch when you get right to it. I mean, the way they're executing at both ends of the floor, it seems like they're getting better each game. Communication, ball control, ball security, defensively. They are very adaptable, and we've seen how they adjust, always learning and constantly tweaking the winning formula.
Lakers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
You know, one of the things I like about watching Doncic is the pace he plays at. You're not going to speed him up. He plays at his pace, the pace he dictates.
Now, here's Lillard. His last outing, he had 24 points. Makes it off the glass.
Lillard is tough in there, muscling that one home.
And Special K, as good as Damian Lillard can be throughout a game, he definitely takes it up a notch in crunch time.
Couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. He's one of those guys that certainly seems to rise to the occasion and relish in the clutch moments. And his range is in the gym like. I mean, 30 feet away, 35 feet away, he shoots it the same as if it's a mid-range jumper.
Prince can hit. The Lakers with a quick start to this game. It's a 5-point game. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one. LeBron passes to Doncic. Pass to Mr. Incredible. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Doncic. Again, Los Angeles.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
Trent outside. There's about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Lillard against Doncic. Lillard misses. For Los Angeles, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Mr. Incredible, the pass to Hayes. Finney Smith with it. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Prince in the corner. Back to Lillard. From the stripe. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Lillard's got his second basket of the night. The Bucks won their last contest, that game against the Thunder. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mr. Incredible in their last matchup against the Suns was superb. He scored 12 points, and he capitalized quite a few times from distance, which was huge. And it's performances like that that have put his team on this hot streak. We'll see if they can keep it up. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. The aggressiveness, Greg, he showed the other night. We'll see if he can match that intensity here.
I'm a believer. I think he can produce at the same level tonight.
You know, I'm curious, guys, to see whether the defense plays him straight up, plays him honestly, or do they deny him, trap him, whatever they can do to force the ball out of his hands. We'll see.
Here's Lillard following the basket by LeBron James. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Alex Len's checked in for Jackson Hayes. Vanderbilt comes in for James. Hachimura, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Austin Reeves in for Luka Doncic. Bobby Portis is checked in for the Bucks.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Hachimura down low. A Rebounded by Prince, and that one's good. Hachimura.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now here's Prince. He has yet to score. Lopez kicks to Trent. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking to do, more and more. Lopez creating for his teammates.
Here is Mr. Incredible, covered by Lillard. Mr. Incredible, the pass to Hachimura. Here is Mr. Incredible, puts it up from 17. Lillard with the rebound. Prince in the corner. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here is Mr. Incredible. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. And here is Vanderbilt. 17-foot shot on the way. And so the first quarter is in the books. Lakers lead by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the and we welcome Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for LeBron. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Rui Hachimura. Gabe Vincent, he's checked in for Austin Reeves. And it's Mr. Incredible in for Luka Doncic. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Prince comes in for Green. Prince checked in for Ogier. And Lillard subbed in for Kevin Porter.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, the guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. Back to Giannis. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Yep, it counts. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Clark, there are some that would say that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in Milwaukee Bucks history. Others might say Lou Alcindor. What do you say?
Hey, pump the brakes on that, Giannis. I love the Greek Freak. And I tell you, Kareem is my guy. I would tip my hat there, but I certainly understand why others would say, Giannis, I'm going to hang my hat with Kareem.
Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Trent gets the bucket.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. Got that bucket in no time at all. Now it's a 5-point Laker lead.
Excellent pull-up from Connect there. Normally, that's a shot that takes years to master.
Trent outside. Back to Giannis. The Lakers with the rebound.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game. And, you know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And rebounded by Connect. Connect's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Boone. And, oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
How about that. Just a perfect finish to the half as they tack on another 3 to their lead.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Los Angeles Lakers.
You have to ask yourself, how much better can they play? Good decision-making, they made shots. That's very impressive, man.
And now the question is, can they maintain that razor-sharp level of focus? Hard to bet against them.
And now we get to check out the top performers from their respective teams in that first half.
Brought their A-games. This is what it means to try to put a team on your shoulders, Ernie.
What do you mean? I've been carrying you on this show for years.
That's not entirely true. I'd say maybe the first 2 years.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
James is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Jackson Hayes. Then there's Doncic, and it's Boone in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Clark, you had a chance to defend a lot of great scores in your time in the NBA.
Yeah, and I did. It wore me out, too, partner. I mean, I think the attitude of those guys stands out. Their relentlessness, the skill level obviously was there, but it was the relentless pursuit of the basketball and scoring opportunities. Bernard King, Larry Bird, Alex English, Marcus Johnson was near the tail end of his prime, but he was a problem too. I mean, there were a number of guys in that. Kelly Tripucka. Woo! Yeah, don't make my head spin.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Lillard misses.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Hayes finds James, puts up a deep 3. The rebound by Prince. Bucks trail by 14. Nifty move. Nice D from Doncic.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
Prince setting a pick for Giannis. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Giannis has got 8 points.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And the Lakers with some changes. Vanderbilt's checked in for Jackson Hayes. Hachimura comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Austin Reeves in for Luka Doncic. James a screen on Prince. In a wide-open look for Hachimura. Drills it from outside. Hachimura's got his second bucket tonight.
It's such a plus for Hachimura when he's forcing the defense to defend him behind the arc.
Lillard looking around. Pass to Trent. 9 feet out. Connects. The jumper drops. He's got 12.
Lillard's passing game, a thing of beauty. Got that ball to a guy who had a quality look and got it to him on time.
Here is Mr. Incredible, covered by Lillard. Yep, that one goes in there. That's 7 points for Mr. Incredible.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. And Coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Alex Lenz checked in for James. The Bucks also with the sub. Rozier, he's checked in for Prince. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Land against Lopez. To the paint. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Hachimura. Pass to Mr. Incredible. And he makes that one. Mr. Incredible's got 9 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Bucks trail by 17. Nobody near Lillard. No good with the triple.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Milwaukee has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And Giannis throws it down.
I tell you what, it's absolutely foolish and futile to let Antetokounmpo get space to sprint towards the rim. I mean, the dunks he jams home are just downright filthy, ugly, nasty, wicked.
It's good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Len grabs the board.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Boone. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 13.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Lillard outside. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
Hey, Lillard's not the biggest guy on the floor, but I tell you what, he plays with great passion and can do work inside.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Boone, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Lillard from outside hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Clever move that time by Lillard. He knows exactly when to take chances to be aggressive on offense.
Here's Boone, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the Lakers lead by 19. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back to the action in just a minute. And now we take a look back to Doc Rivers talking to his team from his huddle.
Hey, guys, we need to run right here. Come on now. You're right there. You're right there. All right, let's go.
And sensing the need to string together more baskets, Doc Rivers giving his team a little pep talk.
Yeah, he's going after the momentum. I mean, Doc sees an opportunity here for them to put their stamp on this game.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Green is out there with Rozier. Then there's Bobby Portis. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Love in at the 5. Here's Giannis. Giannis dunks it down.
He is certainly one of the few true franchise cornerstones in the league. Few guys can take over a game like the Greek Freak.
LeBron with a screen on Rozier. Rozier with the steal. Here's Green. Pass to Love. Rozier kicks to Portis. A three-pointer off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 20. Here's Hachimura. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Hachimura really thrives in that mid-range area.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's Green. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Doncic feeling it out. And it's off from three-point range. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Green, no luck. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And he comes up with the deuce.
Luka, combination of finesse and bully ball in there that time.
The Bucks shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And some changes here for the Lakers. Hayes comes in for Rui Hachimura. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Austin Reeves. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Love. Taurean Prince comes in for Portis. Trent's checked in for Green. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Rozier. Prince setting a pick for Lillard. With the drive, it's deflected. Now, here's Doncic. Pass to Mr. Incredible. LeBron James on the wing. Antetokounmpo defending. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
So physically powerful. A tough task to defend LeBron inside.
You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger. Regarding court layout, Clark, do you think there should be more space around the court to reduce collisions?
Yeah, part of me would say that makes a lot of sense and would be prudent. I mean, you've got to balance that with access to fans who want to be for those premium seats as close to the action as possible. But it is difficult when you see a fan collide with the players. So I think you balance it. I would like to see a little more room, give the fans the experience and access, but maybe create a little more cushion between the playing surface and those high-priced seats.
The Bucks shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. Lopez passes to Trent. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Doncic, 2 points. That one goes. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter.
It always seems like Doncic is playing with something to prove. Well, I'll tell you what, he's proving plenty tonight.
Lopez outside. Pass to Trent. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Lakers.
And as one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And when you look at the season for these guys, they have amassed a lot of wins, 57, and adding in tonight, it'll make it 58.
And in the season series, they'll end up taking the upper hand with this first victory for the matchup, a 1-0 record against the Bucks.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Luka Doncic.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Shots good by Mr. Incredible.
And you can sense that these fans
these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Giannis outside. Shot clock at 6. That one's not going to go. Here is Mr. Incredible. Shoots. That's good. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink.
Good job, MP. I see. Visualize a win tonight. Then go out and take it.
Fans live for games like this one.
It's a very special day on the calendar, Noche Latina, commemorating the NBA's connection to Latin heritage and culture. Here with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And here we can check out the story for Russell Westbrook.
Over the past 10 games, his effective field goal percentage has really taken a tumble. In layman's terms, his offense just isn't as well-rounded as it could be right now.
Now Denver's starting five. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Westbrook runs the point with Murray to his side. That is Brown in at the three. And for the Lakers, Jackson Hayes is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's Mr. Incredible in at the shooting guard position.
And in the second game of a back-to-back,
how much does that affect a player's energy level?
Well, the better conditioned you are, the less it's going to affect your energy. That's why I love back-to-backs. It separates the men from the boys.
So the Lakers will get the first possession here. Doncic passes to Mr. Incredible. Out to the right wing for three. Hayes misses. Murray scanning the floor. Good work defensively by James. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And this is a very difficult team to beat right now. 13 straight wins.
Yeah, not very often you see a team that's got the juice flowing like these guys. They've got the right attitude, the right team-focused basketball to win against just about anyone. Going to be interesting to see who and how this stretch comes to an end.
Now here's Jokic. Last game we saw him with 32 points. To the right side. The three. It's Hayes with the rebound. The Lakers have gone 1 for 3 so far. And just over a minute played here to start the game. James inside. Gordon's on him. 5 on the clock. And James gets it to go.
When we watch James still play at this level, it's crazy to think that he joined the league in 2003.
Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A. It's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
Here's Mr. Incredible. After the Nuggets picked up a basket just a moment ago, he buries it from 3. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Inside, here's Gordon. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's on LeBron James.
We're talking about Gordon, just a freak athlete and ferocious dunker, a valuable role player on this team.
No good on the second free throw. The Lakers have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Pass to Hayes. And he lobs it up to the rim. Throw it down on the lob.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. And here's Denver. They trail by 7. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, they made a lot of plays, and they were in it until the end. Just couldn't do enough to get the win.
And that is why coaches preach about the details. The margins in this league are razor thin.
Hachimura's checked in for James. That one misses for Westbrook.
The hustle and intensity that Westbrook brings to this team can be infectious.
Mr. Incredible passes to Hachimura. Here's Hayes. Great D that time from Jokic. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Denver. It's a 5-point game. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Incredible in their last matchup against the Bucks was a man on a mission. He ended up with 23 points, and his range was on full display. He and his team are really clicking right now, and you'd love to see that momentum carry them through the rest of the year. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Some changes for Los Angeles. Lenz checked in for Hayes. Connect comes in for Finney Smith. And Austin Reeves is subbed in for Luka Doncic. And a switch here also for Denver. Watson's checked in. Here's Brown. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Good. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter. Here's Mr. Incredible, hounded by Westbrook. Mr. Incredible passes to Lynn. Up and over Gordon. Lynn is good.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Nuggets trail by 6. Here's Westbrook. Banked it in off the glass. Westbrook's got his second basket of the game.
I love the power behind Westbrook's finish. He just dares the defense to get in his way.
Mr. Incredible passes to Reeves. Here's Mr. Incredible. Oh, he tries a three. And it's Denver with a rebound. Their last encounter was in Denver.
They were out-hustled on the boards the last time these teams met.
There's 47 seconds left now in the first quarter. Brown's shot is good.
That's why Westbrook racks up so many assists.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Mr. Incredible, defended by Murray. Outside Reeves. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And a new group getting ready for the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic is checked in for Gordon. Strawther comes in for Brown. Curry, he's checked in for Jamal Murray. And Payne is subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Outside Reeves. Lets the three fly. Pure from three-point range.
Their offense gets that much better when the D has to pay attention to Reeves outside the arc.
Now here's Payne. The D's right on him. And there's the call on Rui Hachimura. That's his first foul. Payne finds Jokic. Back to Payne. 4 seconds left. And no good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Lakers ahead, up 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Jared Vanderbilt out there with LeBron James. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then it's Rui Hachimura, and it's Mr. Incredible in at the two-guard position. That's the Laker 5. Soft touch off the glass. Mr. Incredible's got 5.
Hey, that right there was a lot of confidence, given the size of the disadvantage there.
And I like his belief in his game. Go at the taller defender, make him react to you.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
We know Nikola Jokic is a natural, but that's not all. Coach Malone said it's too bad that people can't peek behind the curtain and see how hard Nikola works. He understands that there's no magic formula. Yes, he's incredibly gifted, but it's his work ethic that's great. Brian?
Well, Allie, talent only gets you so far. He's got both. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there were so many great players. Michael, LeBron. Well, let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
Luka! Get off me!
Oh, my. Tight defense, but Doncic just muscles it in.
Doncic against Payne. To the middle to halt the run. Outside Watson. 4-3. He drops it from range. Watson's gotten his third basket of the night.
Solid pass from the combo guard Curry. Look, people don't understand. He's not just a shooter. He's a basketball player.
It's stolen by Curry. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Pass to Payne. Curry finds some space. Doncic grabs the miss.
They say it's a make-or-miss league, and there are some times that you miss.
Again, the Lakers score.
Using that change of pace off the dribble, Doncic gets the shots he wants.
And so it's Michael Malone here calling timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to get your...
So it's Los Angeles up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And they've got a comfortable lead, in large part due to their three-point shooting. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Their bench came in ready to play. As a starter, that gives you confidence when you have to come off the floor.
Yeah, they know the second unit has their backs. Like I've got you guys.
Hard to find a better bodyguard than a 7-foot sheriff. All right, guys, let's swing it over and see what the fans have been posting. B-Ball Stars presents an intriguing would you rather about superpowers. Would you rather be able to be invisible or be able to fly, Kenny?
Come on. What's my nickname? I got to go with Flight. I'm the Jet. Come on, big dog. How about you?
I'm 7'1". This is my superpower. I'm high enough off the ground already. No need to fly. Plus, I have an actual jet, and I have a superpower voice.
Invisible Shaq doesn't work either. Could you imagine size 22 shoes walking all by themselves? I don't think so.
Eddie. That would be funny. You'd be very visible.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Austin Reeves.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
On the court for Denver, Westbrook runs the point with Murray to his side. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Doncic finds Hayes. Back to Doncic. Shoots over Westbrook. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Doncic has got 6 points.
The size and strength of Doncic can go overlooked. I mean, he's more than capable of scoring there in the paint.
Pass to Westbrook. Now here's Jokic. Here's Brown. Out to Gordon from outside the arc. And again, it's Denver missing.
Off to a bit of a slow start in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
Here's Mr. Incredible, pounded by Westbrook. Here's Mr. Incredible. Rebounded by Denver. Nuggets trail by 16. Now Westbrook. And out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. Some changes for Los Angeles. Vanderbilt comes in for Hayes. And Rui Hachimura subbed in for Finney-Smith. And for Los Angeles, they're shooting an efficient 64%. Excellent. There's James on the wing. Defended by Gordon. A shot from the high post. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. He has 7. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Pass to Jokic. Clock at 6. Back to Westbrook. And again, Denver no good.
An ominous start to the second half. They are now 0 for 4.
James against Westbrook. Double team on James. Doncic deciding where to go with it. Gordon pulls it in. Nuggets trail by 18. Westbrook outside. Pass to Brown. Now here's Gordon. Jokic with it. Guarded by Vanderbilt. And they double up Jokic. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Knocks down the long J. Westbrook's got 9.
Look, you can count on Westbrook for a few of these tonight. This man has that shot down.
James passes to Mr. Incredible. Hey, expanding his range. Rebounded by Denver. They're off to battle the Trailblazers after this one, as they'll be playing at Moda Center. That'll be the third stop of this 4-game trip. And here's Gordon from the arc. Can't get it to drop. Los Angeles leading by 15. And James gets it to go.
Yeah, just too much big boy basketball by LeBron James, just bodying defenders inside.
And timeout is called by Michael Malone. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And the Lakers with some changes. Connects checked in for James, and Austin Reeves is subbed in for Doncic. And a switch here also for Denver. Watson's checked in. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Brian, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Mr. Incredible. Hits the jump hook. Mr. Incredible's got 4 points this quarter. 1:10 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Westbrook. He's got 9. Gordon outside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's on Rui Hachimura.
Hey, when Gordon is playing with confidence, Aaron is a handful for defenders.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Hayes is checked in for the Lakers. Jordan's checked in for the Nuggets. Payne comes in for Westbrook. Here's Mr. Incredible. He's got 9. Outside Reeves. Tipped away. Pass to connect. Here's Mr. Incredible. Pulls up. The rebound by Murray. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Payne, and he drains the quick shot. Payne's got his first points of the night.
The combo guard, Murray, capable of hurting you with his scoring as well as with his passing.
Murray against Reeves. From the arc. Rebounded by Denver. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now.
Yes, now that's how you finish a quarter.
Wow.
You play to the buzzer. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, man. That'll silence a hostile crowd.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers going into the break up 12. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. Back to the game after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
That is why he is a point guard in this league. He has the elite passing ability, the vision. You need both to play the point guard.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Luka Doncic. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Austin Reeves. Then there's LeBron James. And it's Mr. Incredible in at the 2. That's the Laker 5.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Here's Payne. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now here's Doncic. Outside Reeves. Back to Doncic. Luka on the attack.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
Nuggets trail by 14. Outside Payne. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. James with the ball. Now guarded by Curry. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. So LeBron will go to the free throw line. It goes on Peyton Watson. The Lakers making a switch here. Vanderbilt's checked in. Westbrook, he's checked in for Denver.
Some things change, but LeBron stays the same. Still the same leader on the floor. The same player. It is truly impressive.
The Lakers lead by 16. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Buries it from 3. Doncic has got 7 now in this quarter.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
A different look for Denver. Gordon, he's checked in for Watson. Brown comes in for Strawther. And Jamal Murray is subbed in for Payne. And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. Pass to Jokic. Outside Murray. Kicks it out to Westbrook. Back to Murray. And miss after miss right now. The Lakers have got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. James against Gordon. James deciding where to go with it. And it's James with the jam.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Gordon with a screen on Doncic. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And again, it's Denver missing. And it's the Lakers' ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Outside Finney-Smith. Pass to Mr. Incredible. Now that we have a few years of reference, it's safe to say the NBA play-in tournament has been a roaring success, Grant.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. And people forget it was created in the peak of the pandemic. The league set up a lifeline for teams that lost key players to COVID, but it has turned into something much, much greater.
Now look, a coach is going to trust LeBron James to just put up monster numbers because that's who he is. But it is nice to see him get into a nice groove like this.
Timeout called, the Nuggets. They're losing by 23. Both teams will make substitutions. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everybody.
what I'm talking about.
Great win tonight, MP. Tough game tonight. Lock in.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
And as the Lakers entered the building, there was a fierce look in their eyes. That's the look of a team out to defend its home court. Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA, the NBA's celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines. Right now, let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Take a look at the Bulls. They're trying to get in the playoffs here. If they stay the course, they will.
And, you know, for the Bulls, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
Well, look, they've performed to expectations, but I think this team could take it to another level if they get rolling.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Kobe White. Vucevic is out there with Smith. Then it's Ball, and it's Dosunmu in at the small forward. And for the Lakers, we've got Hayes. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with James. Then there's Mr. Incredible, and it's Doncic in at the point. Stan, what are you keeping your eye on here as we go down the stretch of the season?
Well, I like the battle for playoff positioning and seeding. I think home court is really, really important, especially, Kevin, and you've done a lot of them. When you get to Game 7 in a series, you want that on your home floor.
Now, here's Doncic. Sweet move. Pass to Finney-Smith. Here is Mr. Incredible. 5 on the clock. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. White with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Here's Dosunmu. Buries it down low.
Yeah, that's a great find by White. He's such a clever and deceptive combo guard.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. Dealing with Lonzo Ball's playmaking was at the front of his mind. He told me Lonzo's a tremendous decision maker, so we've got to be quick to close off the passing lanes. We can't let him create easy baskets. The goal is to keep Ball's impact as a playmaker down to a minimum. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Now here's James. After the miss from Vucevic. LeBron, no good.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Here's Smith following the basket by LeBron James. Picked by Vucevic. Smith against LeBron. It's tipped. Pass to Finney-Smith. Now here's Hayes. Here is Mr. Incredible. Light covering. Shots good by Mr. Incredible. Mr. Incredible's got his second bucket of the night.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And it's White missing. Lakers leading by 4. James, the pass to Boone. Here's Doncic. A shake. And the layup is good.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And both of these sides were fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot and split their season series at 1 apiece.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Lenz checked in for Jackson Hayes. Vanderbilt comes in for LeBron. Hachimura, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Austin Reeves in for Doncic. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Robinson's checked in. Now, here's Ball. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, we averages about 9 points a game. Lakers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. On the wing, Reeves. Light covering. And there's another one for the Lakers.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Now here's Vucevic. 23 points his last outing. Len with the block. Reeves against White. Reeves the pass to Boone. From deep. Drains it from beyond the arc. Mr. Incredible's got 7.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Bulls trail by 11. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Robinson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Not many places on the floor Robinson will hesitate to shoot.
Here is Mr. Incredible. He has 7. And not sure what he was thinking there. Here's White. The Lakers with the rebound. This team is on quite a run. They're in the midst of a 14-game winning streak.
Well, you look at the discipline, the way these guys play under control. They never get out of balance when they find themselves in a hole. They just continue to fight, play their game, and enforce their own pace.
Connect, he's checked in for Alex Len. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Phillips, he's checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for Jalen Smith. Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for Kobe White. And Jones subbed in for Lonzo Ball. Now here's Jones. Not a lot of room. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the triple.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be back with you shortly. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
So we've got a report from the sideline. Let's get the scoop on MP.
Thanks, guys. As you know, MP grew up in the Chicago area, and he has great respect for the Jordan Bulls era. I asked him if that shaped him as a player, and he said, without a doubt. I saw the professionalism it took for that team to win 6 titles, and I knew I had to match it. That level of excellence is something I'll always strive for. I'll always have love for Chicago. You can see how much the Bulls franchise means to him, guys.
Isn't that nice? So good to see. Thanks, TA. Not a bad dynasty to model your approach after either. Taking a look at the Bulls, we've got Talen Horton-Tucker. Dosunmu is out there with Patrick Williams. Then it's Trey Jones. And it's Robinson in a 2-guard. Forcing his way inside, Doncic.
And inside, Luka knows the bucket is there, so he is willing to fight for it.
Dosunmu, the pass to Robinson. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
It's so easy, Coach, to highlight the athleticism, but there's certainly a mental aspect to the game as well. I know you value that as a coach.
You can never, Kevin, overestimate how important intelligence is. I was in the NBA, or have been around the NBA for 30 years, and I have never seen one really good player who wasn't really smart.
Now, Horton-Tucker, after the missed 3 from Boone. Outside Williams. 5 to shoot. Jones, that's for 2. Top of the key jumper, no good. Lakers leading by 5. To the middle, here's James. Oh, the athletic move by LeBron James.
Man, LeBron James, the king, can still fly.
And Chicago shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Jones, the pass to Dosunmu. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. A shot by Williams, no good. Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Doncic kicks to Boone. From beyond the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And it's a 10-point Laker lead.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Jones finds Williams. Robinson on the wing. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Proving he's more than just a perimeter threat. Nice job by Robinson inside there.
Over to the wing. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Nice shot by James.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Lenz checked in for Jackson Hayes. Hachimura comes in for LeBron. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Connect. And it's Austin Reeves in for Doncic. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Vucevic checked in for Williams. Jalen Smith comes in for Horton Tucker. Whitey's checked in for Duncan Robinson. And Ball subbed in for Jones. Now here's Ball. Hasn't made one yet. A three-pointer is right on target.
And Ball is a clever player, especially in the pick and roll. Looks to shoot as soon as he gets space coming off that screen.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mr. Incredible in their last matchup against the Nuggets gave them an edge. He had 9 points and on top of that also grabbed 3 rebounds. This team is playing really well right now. They're playing for each other and working hard to get every win. Kevin, they'll want to keep it going tonight.
Thanks, David. He took command, and Greg really led the fight for his team.
You like someone who's willing to take control, but then again, tonight could turn out to be a different story.
Yeah, so now the question is, can he do it again? Playing like that consistently is not easy.
Here is Mr. Incredible following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Mr. Incredible can't get it to go. Stolen by Reeves. Basket good.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Ball, the pass to Smith. High post Vucevic. Here's Ball. Land with the block. And they're able to recover. From outside, off the mark. For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against the Nuggets.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
Yeah, and they got contributions from everyone in that game. The whole rotation got involved in the score.
And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing first-half performance it's been for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And you look at the numbers. They're playing so well offensively. Nice flow. Only a few wasted possessions, guys.
And if they continue on this track, they're pulling away down the stretch. Mark my words.
Let's go now to our NBA power rankings and see how that last leg of the season is shaking out. Shaking a leg. Whatever.
You take a look at the Lakers. They're the best team in the league, and they know it. When you're the biggest dog, throw that muscle around, keep the rest of the pack in line.
Listen, nobody should be surprised by how they're playing. This team is loaded.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And Mr. Incredible has been sensational.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago. A 12-point game. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Nuggets at Ball Arena in Denver. And that concludes this long 6-game road trip. Mr. Incredible is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Jackson Hayes. And it's James in at the force line. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Doncic outside. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
And here is Dosunmu after Luka Doncic hitting the three. Here is Mr. Incredible. He's got 16. On the wing, James. Here is Mr. Incredible. Ball with the rebound. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And White kicks the ball. There's the three. And again, Chicago. No good.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Count it.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Dosunmu. Trying to find Smith. He's got it now. Back to Dosunmu. Outside ball. For three. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. James has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, 4 failed attempts to start this half. Not what they wanted out of the locker room.
Vanderbilt's checked in for the Lakers. Gannett comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Here's James. Following the three-point basket by Chicago.
There's the competitive fire of LeBron, getting those 3 points right back, always quick with an answer.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And some changes here for the Lakers. Hachimura is checked in for Connect. Austin Reeves comes in for Mr. Incredible. And it's Bulls trail by 20. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Trey Jones out there with Duncan Robinson. Then it's Williams. Then there's Talen Horton-Tucker. And it's Phillips and it's center. On the basket by Jones.
Jones gutting it out in close.
LA has gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Here is Mr. Incredible. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
On the basket by Jones.
Yeah, Trey Jones can be lightning quick. He saw a gap and drove right in.
Finney-Smith in the post. Pass to Mr. Incredible. Back to Finney-Smith. Stolen by Jones. Puts it up from 12. The Lakers with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Boom. And again, it's the Lakers. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And the Lakers making a change here. Doncic is checked in. To the right side. Outside, White. Paul with a wide-open look. And again, no good by Chicago.
Well, and after making just one triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Hachimura, the pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Hachimura. That's tipped. Stolen by Ball. Here's Vucevic. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
And the NBA coach has made sure franchises can't sell their future via draft picks in a trade. What do you think of that?
I think it was probably a good idea because, you know, all of us, coaches, maybe even more than GMs, but organizations get to a point that you want to win so badly in the present that you're willing to just sacrifice the future, and that can lead to some very bad teams down the road, and the NBA doesn't want that.
Yeah, and we've seen that. You're right. A lot of examples. Pass to Hachimura. Here is Mr. Incredible. 6 to shoot. Lays it up off the glass. Mr. Incredible's got 22 points.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Here's White. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. You know, Stan, it is great to see Kobe White put it all together.
It sure is, Kevin. This guy hung in there with a great attitude.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll do it, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports, and we'll see you next time.
They really thought they had a chance tonight.
Wins pay the bills, baby. Easy work tonight. They got nothing for it.
Good, MP.
MP, you got that look in your eye tonight. They better watch out.
Hola and welcome to Noche Latina, an NBA celebration of Latin heritage. We're proud to bring it to you here at 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill, and giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Ali LaForce. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Goga Bitadze.
We're just not seeing the same tenacity from him on the defensive end lately. He hasn't been blocking as many shots over the last few months, and I think it's made him a little less intimidating under the hoop.
Here are the 5 for the Lakers. Jackson Hayes is out there with James. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then it's Rui Hachimura. And it's Mr. Incredible in at the 2. And for Orlando, Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. Davis out there with Suggs. And it's Harris in at the 3. And with both teams fighting for playoff position, this is as intense of a regular season as you'll see, Grant.
Oh, B.A., you can feel what's at stake here in the arena. Both of these teams will treat this like the postseason. The playoffs start now for them.
Hachimura outside. Hayes with a screen. Pass to Mr. Incredible. Oh, from deep. Orlando with the rebound. Defeated by Washington in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
Here's Orlando. Harris right side. Hachimura with a rebound. Doncic on the wing. On the wing, Hachimura. Here's Mr. Incredible. He's covered by Suggs. James outside. Shot clock at 6. Doncic against Davis. A nice shot by Doncic.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Suggs, the pass to Carter. Hachimura against Harris. Down low. Here's Davis. And the shot is good. Harris making the play.
And look at Davis taking full advantage on the inside shot. A young guy who knows he can't waste a high percentage opportunity.
Pass to Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
He was gripping the rock on the weight of the slam.
No way he was going to get stripped on that one.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Now here's Davis. Banchero outside. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. What an impressive regular season they've been having, getting to 60 wins.
When you talk about magic numbers for a team, 60 wins means you're having an historic year. In fact, we've had stretches longer than 5 years without any team winning 60. So it's really hard to do.
Clark, Hachimura has always been a monster with his strength. He knows how to use his frame.
He sure does, and he has an ample frame, B.A., and working out with LeBron during the summer and training certainly hasn't hurt him in that regard. He knows how to use his body, but he's also become a pretty reliable three-point shooter and all-around scorer.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Incredible in their last matchup against the Bulls was tremendous. He added 22 points and was on fire from outside. The D had no answer for him. There is no slowing this team down right now, and it's because he has been so incredible for them during this run.
Yeah, spot on, Allie. He was aggressive in that game, really took initiative.
He really made an impact, and he'll be looking to repeat that kind of performance again tonight.
Yeah, I agree. They really need him. I mean, they need his energy, and they need his talent on the floor.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Orlando with the ball, following the score by the Lakers. Suggs, left side. Pass to Banchero. Over James. Banchero, no good. Now Los Angeles with it. They're on an 11-2 run. James inside, guarded by Banchero. Here's Doncic. Count it. All three of his attempts have gone in.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Orlando calls timeout. Orlando making some changes. Batase's checked in for Carter. Wagner comes in for Paolo Banchero. And it's Davis in for Suggs. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Lynn's checked in for Hayes. Vanderbilt comes in for LeBron. Finney-Smith's checked in for Hachimura. And Reeves is subbed in for Luka Doncic.
No wasted motion with Harris. He's so smooth and polished as a scorer. He gets those catch-and-shoot jumpers off nicely.
Now here's Reeves. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. And again, it's the Lakers.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
On the wing, Davis. He's covered by Reeves. Davis against Reeves. Davis, the pass to Harris. Three-pointer. The Lakers with a rebound. It's an understatement to say they're on a roll. They're coming in on a 15-game winning streak.
And it is very impressive, but it's also interesting. I mean, even sitting here at the broadcast table and the storyline this group has created has you...
It's good! It counts at the buzzer!
Just beating the buzzer. Listen to this crowd right...
And so it's Los Angeles, finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Looking to run whenever they can. That's part of why they lead. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, they've got Connect. Alex Len is out there with Jarrett Vanderbilt. Then it's Austin Reeves, and it's Mr. Incredible in at the point guard position. Anthony with a bucket.
Yeah, you know, Anthony has this in his bag. He's practiced these mid-range looks. You can tell.
Well, Dalton Knecht had a late growth spurt during college, and it really helped his game, Grant.
He really did. I mean, he started college as a 6'3" guard, but grew 3 inches during his first 2 seasons and added some muscles. Now at 6'6", he can play confidently out there on the wing.
Pass to Black. There's the 3. Len pulls it in. The Lakers lead by 9. Mr. Incredible passes to Vanderbilt. Here's Mr. Incredible. They get it back. Tries again. And he lays it in.
And that's a backbreaker for the defense. I mean, offensive boards like that run momentum against you.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Vanderbilt against Wagner. Pass to Black. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
What about their offense? It was a well-oiled machine, getting them high-quality looks time and time again.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Three-pointer, Anthony. Vanderbilt pulls it in.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
He shoots it. Mr. Incredible, no good.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
When it comes to winning big, basketball acumen is the difference. LeBron James said, quote, in the final 2 rounds of the playoffs, what's going to separate teams is IQ. There's moments in the game that
so it's Los Angeles liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Hey, everybody. Psst. I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are starting the show with a breakdown of the Western Conference standings. Look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So, Kenny, as the point guard here, I want you to rank our handles.
Okay, obviously, first is me. Second, I'll get that to you, Ernie. Third, I'll go with our IT guy. He really surprised me. Then you, Shaq.
There's no way I'm after Ernie.
Shaq, if you want to be better, you can be.
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Lakers.
They've made it fun to watch. Some of the best players in the world doing what they do best, Ernie.
Yeah, when everything clicks, it can be the most beautiful game on earth. 5 guys with one mission. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
He's been so disruptive defensively in the first half. His fast hands pick plenty of pockets.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. Suggs is out there with Davis. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Orlando.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Carter, the pass to Banchero. At the arc, Banchero finds his mark.
You know, I know some would like to see Banchero increase his shooting range, especially since he doesn't have a solid shot from behind the arc.
James, outside. From deep, here's Doncic. Orlando with a rebound. Suggs outside. Outside Davis. Pass to Carter. Now here's Suggs. Hachimura covering. Harris passes to Carter. And it's rejected. On the wing, Hachimura. Suggs against Doncic. Now, here is James. Shoots over Davis. That one's good from James on the assist by Doncic. James has got 11.
The mid-range jumper has really been a vital part of LeBron's game in the second half of his career.
You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is hard to maintain a sense of continuity.
Well, it sure is, B.A. I mean, there's always pressure to improve or be at your best, but even more so when you're playing in the glitz and glamour of L.A. and all that history. And because of that, sometimes it can lead to high team turnover when you're playing for the Lakers.
Again, the Lakers score.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Magic trail by 18. Now Banchero. An important score for this team, averaging around 25.5 a game.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
James passes to Mr. Incredible. And the layup is good off the glass. He's got 10.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Timeout called, the Magic. Some changes for Los Angeles. Vanderbilt's checked in for LeBron. Connect comes in for Hachimura, and Austin Reeves is subbed in for Doncic. And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Hornets at Spectrum Center in Charlotte. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Los Angeles shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Orlando making some changes. Bataze's checked in for Paolo Banchero, and Black subbed in for Suggs. And the Lakers also making a change. Finney Smith's checked in for Hayes. Pass to Bataze. And here's Harris. They need this. And the layup is up and in. Harris has got 9.
Boy, that's a nice touch from Harris right there, showing you exactly how under control he is close to the basket.
Okay, so Tobias Harris, 6'8", 225, a capable jump shooter. That sound familiar, Clark?
Yeah, it's got some of my same profile. I was about the same size when I played back in the ancient days of the early 80s. I see a few similarities. Solid, consistent, pretty mobile, can put it on the floor, can do a lot of good stuff. He came into the league so young, only 1 year in college, and He's had a long, productive, steady career, a pro's pro. And that's high praise when you've done it for as long as Tobias has.
Kenny Smith, a screen. And here's Reeves outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. Reeves has got his second bucket of the night.
I love when Reeves has the ball in his hands. He's crafty, and he always seems to make things happen.
He takes it in. Here's an 8-footer. Misses off the right iron.
That's 2 points they should have had. I'm sure he'd love to get that look again.
Here's the 3. And it's Harris with the rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Carter. Up again. That shot off the mark.
He's been an absolute non-factor. Zero factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
Mr. Incredible. Good.
And I love it. Challenging the bigger defender and showing plenty of heart.
Well, the size mismatch is no problem for this fella, guys. I mean, how much do you like seeing that aggressiveness from him?
Here's Harris. He's got 11. Misses in close. And 3/4 of play in the books. This one's all but over already. It's Los Angeles just dominating this one. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to...
Change here for Orlando.
Kid. Get in there.
What's left?
And so in the game for Los Angeles, James is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then there's Hayes. Then it's Gabe Vincent. And it's Mr. Incredible in a point guard. Pass to Suggs. There's the drive. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Hayes. James with the ball. He's picked up by Banchero. Hayes, the pass to Mr. Incredible. And the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that, Grant?
It's so important, B.A. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
You can see Suggs' confidence growing over time with every three that he makes. Keep shooting them, Jalen. Keep shooting them.
Here's Mr. Incredible. He squares up and sinks it. We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Outside Davis. Back to Suggs. With the drive. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed.
Tell you what, I love when Suggs attacks the defense like this because he's so hard to guard when he's aggressively looking to get to the rim.
Here's Mr. Incredible. And the bucket is good. Mr. Incredible's got 9 points here in the second half.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
To the paint. Here's Carter. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Jackson Hayes.
Some nice physicality there from Carter, going right into the defense.
And a new group getting ready for Orlando. Matase's checked in for Paolo Banchero. Wagner comes in for Harris. Anthony's checked in for Davis. And Black subbed in for Suggs. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Mr. Incredible. It's rebounded by Batase.
There's no way that's the best look this offense can produce.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Here's Anthony. No good with a layup. The Lakers lead by 20.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Lakers.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And all year, this squad has been playing with real urgency and determination. No surprise to see them hit 61 total wins.
And this win gives them a sweep of the season series. They only met twice, but they'll have bragging rights for at least another year against the Magic.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Luka Doncic.
He ran things with precision, great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots.
Here's Black. Pass to Anthony. Benson grabs the miss. Puts up a deep three. Off the mark. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. We'll see you next time.
Way to bring the effort tonight.